What's up everybody? So in this video we're going to be replacing these leaking valve cover gaskets. You can see that we have seepage even up here on the higher side, and then the exhaust manifolds themselves are a little bit saturated. And you come over to this side and it's kind of hard to tell if it's coming just from the oil cap or from the valve covers as well, but regardless we're going to be replacing both sides. And look, BMW gave us a little surprise, so it looks like we're going to be replacing this hose from here up to the expansion tank as well, so I'll have to get one of those on order. And we're going to be doing spark plugs on this as well, so stay tuned. It's going to be a quick time lapse because it's been a long day. You'll see in my other video I did an evaporator on this as well, so I'm a little exhausted. Don't know how much commentary is really going to be in here as far as what it is that's needed to be done, but intake manifold will have to come off. Each one of the throttle bodies will have one of these hose clamps. You can see there's an indentation in the fuel rail for all 8 of those. There's going to be a hose that you need to disconnect from the front, a connector, and then there's this vacuum line that's, you know, now taken off, as well as this hose that clips right into the bottom of the intake manifold right there. So yeah, let's get to it. So the camera died while I was doing the driver's side, but it is very simple. Underneath this cover, there are, you know, an assortment of 10 millimeters, and I guess really we'll show it right here. So, you know, we have our 10 millimeters that go across the perimeter of the valve cover. These coils break very easily. What I did to pry them off is get a flathead screwdriver under here and start working as if I'm from Minnesota, as I was lifting up from the coil. So I was essentially prying and then wiggling with my other hand to get the coils out, and I did that the whole way down. Not that it's necessary, but there are 4 T30s going around this like oil PCV type system. I don't know, if you can tell, these are corroded, the valve covers themselves. So on that side, the O-ring, which is, I mean, this isn't an O-ring, but you can kind of get what I'm talking about. On the bottom side of here, there's an O-ring. Well, that actually became one with the valve cover, so that was kind of a struggle and a pain in the butt to try and find a replacement for that, but we should be leak-free. If you decide to take this off, know that they can break. Know that these are one-time use bolts, hence the reason for the blue paint. It means they're aluminum, torque to yield. Now, there are going to be 2 grounds. It looks like there's just 1 ground over here on the passenger side, going, you know, from the, oh no, there is another one. There's the other ground right there, back in the back. So make sure you get those off. Obviously, that's not going to be too easy or too safe to take the valve cover without taking those off. Also, to get the fuel injector harness off, if you've seen my AMG fuel injector replacement, you'll kind of see how I do that. But that's just, you pry each tab, lift, and then click those little metal tabs back up in there, so that way they don't get, you know, lost or fallen off somewhere in the process. So I'm going to set up a time lapse. Still can't find my little suction cup doohickey, otherwise I'd mount this up into the hood somewhere, and don't worry, all this will be detailed before I give it back to the customer. Can't give them a dirty car after, you know, spending all this time and money to get the get it mechanically going again. Rambled and now lost my train of thought. Anyway, we're gonna get this going. Now you can see how just nasty this thing is. This one's not as corroded as the driver's side or bank 2, but if you see this right here, typically what you have to do with these if you want like a back to normal finish is you actually have to have these media blasted because they're magnesium. So it's not like you can just really do a normal cleaning procedure and paint over them. It really won't adhere correct, and could cause, you know, issues down the road. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to get these cleaned off, and then all 4 spark plug tubes are actually stuck on the bottom. What I'm talking about are these right here. So those are, you know, what keeps oil out of the spark plugs, and some of these spark plugs actually were oil fouled. This one itself actually looking pretty nasty. Like this one was oil fouled. So let's go ahead and do a time lapse, get this thing cleaned up and put back together.